I'm Rebecca Fryer with Kingstonist News. Here's what's making headlines today, May 16th, 2022. We should probably address where I've been for the last week. And if you guessed that, hey, we probably got COVID, you'd be correct. We tested daily all week, finally got a positive on Friday, and it hit us all pretty bad. Mom, dad, kid, sick babies. But thankfully, we're all okay, continuing to isolate to make sure we don't spread our cooties to anyone else. So this is just a first-hand reminder that COVID is no joke. So be safe, be responsible, wear your masks, wash your hands. KFL&A Public Health says Kingston's sixth wave of COVID appears to have peaked, but they warn residents not to let their guards down as we are not in the clear just yet. Public Health says we've seen a significant drop in new high-risk cases. However, the number of deaths continues to rise. Public Health says 5 more people have died from COVID since the beginning of May, bringing the total number of deaths in the region since the beginning of the pandemic back in 2020 to 55. Thankfully, there were no injuries following reports of explosions and a fire at a farm near Lemoyne's Point on May 13th. It was around 12:30 in the afternoon that Kingston Fire and Rescue arrived at the scene where they say heavy smoke was billowing from a large barn on the property next to what appeared to be smoldering debris, melted siding, and scorched trees. Kingston Fire and Rescue confirmed that explosions were reported in the area and said the likely cause of the noise was heated aerosol cans and a propane cylinder. Crews remained on the scene for the rest of the day to ensure that any hot spots were taken care of. Speaking of fire, a level 1 fire ban is in effect for the township of South Frontenac for at least the next 2 weeks. The level 1 fire ban restricts the use of fireworks and open air burning, but it does allow for campfires and for cooking fires. The northern half of the township is currently under a high fire danger rating, according to the Ministry of Natural Resources. Tick season is here, and so is anaplasmosis, a lovely tick-borne disease that can make us all really, really sick. So if this is just your annual tick reminder and nothing else, begin checking yourself, your kids, and your pets every time you come inside. Public Health says the most cases of anaplasmosis will result in mild self-limiting symptoms that resolve in about a month or so. However, they can be worse and they can cause complications. You can check out the article at kingstonist.com for full details. And lastly, a dramatic rescue of a puppy locked in the trunk of a car in Kingston last week. It was around 6 o'clock on Wednesday night that Kingston police were called to the parking lot of Walmart on Midland Avenue, where officers could hear whimpering coming from inside the vehicle's trunk. Police say outside temperatures were above 20 degrees Celsius and tried a number of ways to gain access to the vehicle before ultimately deciding to break the driver's side window to gain access to the trunk release. A 10-week-old puppy was located in the trunk, very hot and in distress. Police say a 23-year-old individual eventually returned to the vehicle, where they told police they were in the process of transporting the puppy to a new owner outside of the city. Well, police took it upon themselves to carry out the rest of the delivery, and as a result of their investigation, the 23-year-old was arrested and charged with willfully causing unnecessary suffering to an animal. For more on these stories and other headlines, or to submit your own news, visit kingstonist.com and become a subscriber today. I'm Rebecca Fryer. Have a great one, Kingston.